First thing I do every day is I go look at Tesla. And I have one question and one question only when I'm trading Tesla. Are we gapping? And the answer is yes, we are. We are gapping below or very, very close to the prior low of day. So I'm going to go draw a line there. The prior low of day was 145.82. 145.82. And I need Tesla to break below that low for me to day trade it today, which it looks like we will. Shouldn't be a really big issue. That's it. That's what I do every day. So then I'm going to pop into an hourly chart. I'm just going to draw some support and resistance on an hourly. Okay, nothing big, just regular old horizontal lines. That's all. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line here based on this pre-market low, based on this high, based on this pre-market high. I'm going to draw a little bit of a line here, which just kind of encapsulates this candle, the low of this candle. That's pretty much it. Then I'm going to pop into a 15-minute chart just to see if I see anything unique or interesting. And I do see a very cool little high wave candle. Tesla's had a lot of these candles very frequently. In fact, we had one just the other day there. And my guess, there we go. My guess is with all of these bear candles on Tesla that we're probably going to retest, and then we'll see what it does. But I am able to trade it already because we did take out the low of the day, right? So this blue line is the prior day's low. So let's talk about just for a moment the sentiment of all these candles. Why am I not shorting immediately? Well, again, look at it. Bear candle, 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 bear candle. And on the daily chart, if we go look at the daily chart really quickly, Tesla has had a few bear days in a row, right? One bear day, two bear day. This will be the third bear day in a row. So it just simply means that there's a lot of bears already in here. And those bears at some point are going to be buying to cover. So that buying to cover is likely going to cause the stock to, well, go up a little bit. So if it's going to go up a little bit, that means that I need to wait for a retest to take place. I can either play the retest bullish if I want to, if that's part of my plan, or I will take the potential rollover bearish, which is more of my plan, which is to trade whatever I'm trading in the overall direction of the trend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important part of trading. Go ahead and write this down if you're taking notes. The most crucial aspect of trading is to correctly determine the trend. You will make the most amount of money picking the trends, trading the trend. That's how you will make the majority of your money. If you are only taking the majority of the trend, you will miss moves, but the moves you take will be more profitable. So now what I'm going to do is just pop in here to a 3-minute chart and just kind of see what Tesla's doing. So it looks like Tesla's getting some selling. We've taken out the low. And yeah, I'm going to be waiting for this one for a little bit today. I need to wait for it to really retest and put in some bull candles and have some buyers come in before I can play it on the downside again. The markets have been a little bit on the weak side recently. All right, I'm going to go look at GILD. So the reason I'm looking at GILD is just one reason only. You have two small bull candles here, and we gapped down at open. That's it. This came up on a gap scan that shows me that this thing is gapping down, so it's a little different than the broader markets. So if I pop into a 3-minute chart, let me hide this for just a second. So the 2-day trades I'm going to be looking at today, ladies and gentlemen, are GILD and Tesla. That's what's going to be on my list, those two. And I'm going to tell you all how exactly I'll look to play GILD for a day trade is GILD needs to take out that bull candle, make a new low, and then on that new low, I will short the retest. That's how I will play Gilead today. And then back over to Tesla. I'm waiting for a retest to come in. That's so strange that some buying is coming in right there. I'm going to wait for the retest. We're going to analyze the candles. We're going to see what it does. We're going to go from there. Now, again, team, quick question. Could I have been a net buyer here on Tesla? If I was pretty confident that it's going to retest, it's going to go higher. Sure, I could, right? Maybe you're doing that. Maybe you're not. If you're fast enough, whatever. That is called a counter trend trade. That's all. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. Donna says net buyer, ? Yeah, just meaning that my overall position is bullish. I'm net long. Again, just simply saying, could I? I'm not. I have no long position on a day trade right now. I do have long-term positions of Tesla, and I have been hedging those long-term positions by day trading it bearish by buying puts and by getting into collars. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just waiting. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. The best traders are the best waiters. Go ahead and write that down. I don't mean like necessarily you have to go have a job at Buffalo Wild Wings and be a waiter. Although, I feel like every single person on planet Earth in the US should start their career in a call center or as a waiter, because you'll realize that your ranch doesn't actually matter and you should calm down. Take a breath, please. All right. So the key to trading for me is patience. That's why I spell it with a Y. You will get paid to be patient, team. You're missing trades all the time. You're missing trades every day. If you can get 1.8% per month or 3% per month, and you do that every single month for a long period of time, you're going to do very, very well in your trading career. Extremely well. So let's be patient for just a moment on Tesla. I do like this bull candle that we got. It's a pretty interesting bull candle. So the reason I know it's a bull candle is because it has green volume and it has a very, very small little bullish body. Also, it has a pretty cool upper shadow right there, which that's going to represent to me some buyers that came in. So if you're wondering, why am I not shorting below that candle? And the answer is because I want to retest more. I am dictating to the market exactly what I want. All right, here's Gilead breakdown. So Gilead broke down and it's going a little bit lower. So here's how I'm going to set this trade up right now on GILD. I'm going to short it at 83.65 with a stop loss at 84.65. I have not gotten triggered into this trade yet. I'm not in this trade yet, but 83.65 by 84.65 will make the numbers very, very easy to calculate. And again, team, I have no clue if this day trade is going to trigger or if this day trade will work, but it's a perfect setup and it's exactly what I would do 1,000% of the time. It's a great, great trade. Now, thankfully, on a daily chart, we do happen to be in this already as a bear swing trade. We got triggered into this one yesterday on a 10 EMA play because this is a bull candle and we took out the low of that bull candle. Just to show you that position that we set up, if I come into swing trades, so we'll scroll up and here it is, bear swing on Gilead. This is what it looks like, setting up the trade. So posted this over the weekend. Entry 85.59, stop 91.59, target 78.19. Also came down and posted it not only in TradingView for everyone who follows me on TradingView, but it's also here in our official Trade Journal worksheet and on Slack. So it's 3 different places. And I think that's extremely interesting. And again, I do love this gap. Me and Calvin didn't believe that gap was real yesterday, but it's okay. I'm happy that it was. All right, so back to a 3-minute chart. I will leave this trade open for probably another 7 or 8 minutes. Here's one of my rules is if I'm looking at a chart and I can see that the trade goes well past one of my targets, I will just end up canceling it and waiting for another trade. So I'm going to wait on this one for just a few moments to see if we can retest into this move right here. I'm going to pop back over to Tesla. And again, I'm going to look at it on a 3-minute chart. And looking at it on a 3-minute chart, I do like this little retest here. I like this bull candle. Let's go look at the 15-minute chart. And that was a okay pullback. What we have right here. So to delete some lines, I'm not in this trade short on Tesla, but let's again just practice the sentiment that is here. Let's just think through, why did I draw this purple line? Who can tell me? There was a reason. There's a reason I drew that purple line. What was that purple line based from? David H. says support resistance. Yep. So it was the 15-minute chart, and I drew this line based on this one candle right here. That was it. One candle. It was a previous support. Type in a 1 if you're following me. Because again, my goal is to make this as easy as possible. Okay, so you guys all get that. And again, I'm just following 2 tickers, Tesla and Gilead. There's 4,000 stocks I could be watching today. I'm going to focus my attention on 2 so that I actually make some money. All right, so since everyone's typing in a 1, answer me this question. How did I come up with the idea or the thought that Tesla could retest that exact price? Because again, team, keep in mind, my goal is to teach you the process and the system. Once you have the process and the system, you can replicate it on your own and you can kind of tweak it and adjust it based on what you see. But how did I figure or guess that it was going to retest into that level? Support becomes resistance, old support, new resistance, retest gap back to previous support, previous day resistance. So those are all pretty close. Yuvara says the S curve, pretty close. Alex says retest gap coupled with the support resistance, also very close. Those are all correct answers, by the way, to be clear. I'm asking someone to read my mind. There was one thing that I did mention when I was doing this analysis that gave me the reason and the rationale of why it was going to retest to that level. There we go. Getting closer. Getting closer. Brian says third down day in a row. We're getting closer, Brian. We're getting really close. So the answer is all of those bear candles on the 15-minute chart. All of those bear candles. So my process on Tesla and on 99% of the day trades I take, as I look at the daily chart first, I make the determination, am I going to trade it based on, is it moving past the low or the high of the day from yesterday? That's number one. Number two, I go into the hourly chart. I draw some support resistance levels. Number three, I go into the 15-minute chart and look at pre-market, post-market, and make my determination of where I need to get in based on the candles and based on how it looks. That's my process. Again, I didn't take this trade. I'm never going to be as fast as I want to be on the microphone, or especially in a marathon like this. But let's just walk through. Let's just dream for a moment. Could anyone here have shorted at 148 with 1,000 shares and covered at 145 in less than 15 minutes? Again, we just want to dream here for a second. I'm not asking you should have done this trade. I'm not saying that you're stupid if you didn't. What I'm asking is, could you have done that? Is it mathematically possible? And the answer is yes, it is. Someone in the world did do that. Because when you're looking at candles, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at real emotions. You're looking at real people. You're looking at what actually took place and transpired. That's what excites me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in here to a 1-minute chart for just a second. And I'm going to move this over here. So let's look at this candle, this 1 minute, this 60-second candle on Tesla had a volume of 958,000. Let's call it 1 million since we're just being funny. All right. 1 million shares got traded in this 60-second candle. How long is 60 seconds? Okay. It's pretty quick. All right. 60 seconds. How many seconds are in 60 seconds? All right. We're talking very, very fast. So we have 60 seconds, 1 million shares on average at let's just call it 147. Again, I'm stretching it to make things a little bit basic, but that's a 147 million US dollars changed hands in 60 seconds on Tesla. Ladies and gentlemen, does that excite you? Does that not blow your mind? I mean, that's just the math. I'm not doing it incorrectly. 147 million US dollars changes hands in 60 seconds on Tesla right there. And you're worried about your 1,000 shares? You think the market makers know that you exist? You think they can see your order of 25 shares and you're going to get wicked out on your trade? The market doesn't care about you. Why do you care so much about the market? Why do you make this so personal? Why do you think that you matter? You are swimming in a pool of infinite currency and you're worried about your money. Live in abundance. Stop stressing about it. Because you could have done that with 1,000 shares, with 10,000 shares, with 100,000 shares. You would have not even shown up on the radar. You barely would have even made the order ticket. If you were standing at the counter of Quiznos, they wouldn't have even called your sub. You barely would have gotten your cheese on your sub if you had 100,000 shares. Are you guys with me? Like, you'd have to wait for your cheese. You probably wouldn't even gotten soup with 100,000 shares. So when you're talking about the massive size of the market, allow yourself to bathe in how huge it is and understand it's like the ocean. The longer you're in the ocean, the longer you stay in the ocean, the more guaranteed you are to die. The ocean is huge. It will eat you. It crushes everything. It ultimately will eat everything in its power. The market's the exact same way. Someone in the chat page says, what a wake-up call. Beautiful. Beautiful, because I want you to think about the ease and the simplicity of the markets for a moment. I want you to realize that you can have a process where you go, hey, here's my process, and this is what I'm here to do in the markets is just carve out, $2,000 or $3,000 and then move on about my day. Think about it like the ocean. When you go to the ocean, how long do you actually play in the water? Right? You're going there for an hour or two. You're 99% of people here. Like when you go with your family and you're out in the ocean, you're not there all day. You're going to get sunburned. You're going to get hungry. You got the sands, but you're going to be in and out. You're going to play. You're going to have fun. You're going to leave. The ocean didn't even know you were there. That's how the market is. And I want you to have this process where you're not stressed about it. You just are in a flow state that exists based on your external circumstances. And you can determine, should you take a trade today or not? Do you have a setup? Do you have an edge? Do you have what you are looking for? Once you're looking for it, you know what you're looking for. You know your levels, set your levels up, and let's see if the trade works. If you're scared, if you're anxious, if you're worried, your size is too large. Because who here is scared about placing one share? No one. But the more zeros that get added to this number, the more fear you have. And it's okay. But I want you to understand where that fear is and start pushing past those levels of uncomfortability so that you too can trade the markets and just have it as a simple system. Because on Tesla, right, shorting here, buying the cover here on 1,000 shares, you're up $3,000, done for the day. That's a mortgage payment. That's a car payment. That's two nice car payments. Like that's some legit, that's good money. That's great money. Everyone feeling me?